what are some of the issues that you see locally, Chris?
The future of long-term care alternatives, I think, is an overlooked one. We have an aging population. The North Midwest, I think, is aging at a faster rate than the rest of the country, and we have families that are being stretched to the limit in terms of providing care in the home, providing care in the community. Nursing homes should be the last resort. In many communities in Nebraska, I'm afraid that they have become the only game in town because human services are stretched so thin. So we need to be putting a higher priority on the families that need long-term care and on the workers that are providing it, who are doing emotionally and physically demanding work at a minimum wage. I think that's a scandal that we don't put a higher premium on this type of care in this country.
So you feel like the people who are the people caring for the elderly are not being treated fairly?
Absolutely, absolutely. The turnover in that field is largely due to the fact that they are not being compensated for the care and the work that they do.
So they're going home to a life of often poverty or near poverty, and so it's difficult.
Trying to make ends meet, trying to provide for their own children, and I feel that we've seen in this present administration that we're not seeing leadership from Washington on this. It's going to have to happen on the state and local level.
Amanda, what are some of the issues you see locally?
Locally, I think a big one that's, especially in the Midwest, is going to be agriculture and how the corporations are taking over everything in agriculture and how you're losing your family farms and how the family farms remain to have high tax levels, but the corporations then are able to receive a lower tax break, and therefore they can continue to gain the land and gain the crop and take over the country, and then you have small independent farmers losing out. And then you have they don't have a job anymore, their families don't know what to do anymore because that's all they've ever known. And another part of that is that in the western part of the state we are approaching a drought, we have very dry land, and how do we work with this even though we are a farming state?
I think another issue is water is scarce, and alternative energy. And Nebraska is one of the few states that has a tremendous amount of wind available, and we need to develop more in terms of alternative energy developed by wind rather than ethanol. And I know for many people ethanol is a big economic development, but I think wind energy provides some opportunities that haven't been tapped.
Very good. I want to go and thank you all for coming today, but particularly thank you for volunteering to be caucus leaders, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you at our monthly meetings, which are at the Communication Workers of America Union Hall at 25th and N every third Tuesday of the month, starting at 7 p.m. You can learn more about our caucuses at www.nebcaucus.com. Those will be on February 9th, starting at 6 p.m. But I do want to encourage everyone to continue to vote in the primary, though it will not go and affect the outcome of the presidential nominee. We have a lot of Democratic candidates locally that will need your support, and so please do go and attend the primary in May as well. Thank you so much for watching the Lancaster County Democrats Watchful Citizen. My name is Barbara Baier.